Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever it is. Just sitting here at Millennial Esports. I've snuck in after hours actually. Like literally, there was no one here. I've snuck in. Security did come along and I had a chat to them. We're all good. I've snuck in after hours just to sit here out of the craziness of Vegas to have a chat about the event and everything I'm up to at the moment. I'm doing a lot of show notes here for all the other footage that I'm putting together because I've had the camera out all week here in Vegas doing that. I've got to tie it all together. So I'm sitting down here editing up some videos, and I thought we'd do a bit of a Q&A. I can see the questions flipping through here, so if anyone wants to have a chat about the race, Vegas, and what happened, tactics, me down-talking myself, but how did I end up in second place when I really wasn't feeling that great in the week before? But anyway, fire away with the questions, and we'll have a chat while I'm sitting here at Esports before I go out and hit the buffet again. So first up, I've got to say thank you for everyone for your support. It's meant a lot. I've read all the comments. I've liked all the comments and tried to just give everyone the feedback they've given me as well and show the support back for everyone. So am I disappointed I came second, Zach? No way, man. That was if you saw how it unfolded, we were waiting for Scotty Weiss to go. We were waiting for Scotty to absolutely light it up. So we let the dude go, and I was just any podium I've just absolutely blown away by. What bike was I set up on? We had the higher bike that I reviewed out at Red Rock, the Scott CR1 with Ultegra shifters. And Nathan, I'm still here, man. So I needed somewhere to actually film this. So I'm still in town. I actually just caught up with Frank. He's just sort of doing the one final box pack up, I think. Now, how do I deal with sweat under the bar tape for Zwift? That's an interesting one. Well, you use a higher bike and then take it back to them. That's how you deal with sweat under the bar tape. Change your bar tape a lot. I've been talking to Raul Lucia about anti-corrosion stuff you can put on your bike to help stop that. So we'll be doing a video on that soon as well, once I get around to it. So still in Vegas, Nathan. I'm here until tomorrow morning. We fly out. Whenever I go somewhere, I ask them to extend my stay for a few days. Like Vegas, they say 2 or 3 days and you're done. I can confirm that, but I'm still here. It's all good, having heaps of fun, and it's somewhere else, and I can still do all my work from here as well, which is all cool. So, any questions, people? Fire away. How much have I spent in the casino? Zach, 0. I don't gamble. I don't bet, and I don't drink. So the casinos hate me. They absolutely hate me. Buffet, spend a bit. And hang on, wait for it. The Nike retail outlet store down the street, just spent $100 on a new pair of shoes. I mean, Nike Airs, America. Got to get some new shoes. But the actual casino itself, no, nothing. The smoking in the casino is quite interesting. In Australia, the smoking laws are quite tight. I don't think there's any smoking indoors anywhere in Australia. Who is Bath Salts? That is the question. Nobody knows. He's a legend. I think that's the only answer for that. What about my USA loose change? That's going into the drink machines to get water. It really is. MGM Grand Buffet. No, we did the... Nathan was with us. Nathan did a buffet with us yesterday. It was pretty disappointing, that buffet. That was expensive. That was $23, I think, for the buffet lunch. Bath Salts is called Tyler. Oh, no one can confirm or deny Bath Salts' real identity. Given he's over 100 years old, I think we'll show them respect, and we'll just never know. We'll never know who Bath Salts is. But he can ride. He can ride really well. What else has been happening? Going to the Giro with Maven. Man, imagine that. I reckon there'd be good coffee over there. Golden Nugget, $23. That's what Nathan said. Golden Nugget, $23, not worth it at all. And look, I'm going to do this once. I am a tight ass. You guys know that. Every time we go to a buffet, I usually take plastic bags with me and ride food, because usually you hit the buffet, we're out for a ride, and if we're in a different place, there's nowhere to get bars and things, so you sort of grab the granola bars and all that. I keep forgetting to take plastic bags. I know I'm a tight ass, but tonight I think I'll do it. I'll get some plastic bags and pack myself full of waffles and whatever. Ziploc bag. I'm tight, don't worry, I'm going to get full value out of this. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm going live at different times as well. Look, ridiculous. I go live at 11 p.m. It's probably still the same over there, is it? But I was, hopefully this will be okay. And it's got Millennial Esports in it. These guys are cool. I had a chat to the owner just before. The wheel balancing, come to the store wanting their wheel. So a story there, I did a video on wheel balancing, and now people have exposed to it, everyone wants it done, so apologies for that. Same thing happens, but if it's getting people into bikes and getting people inquisitive and learning their own equipment more, awesome, I love that. And if people can service their own bikes or just thinking about their bikes more, or thinking about being active and optimizing things, how cool is that? I like that influence. Any other questions? Keep firing away. What have I done if I raced it again? If I raced that again, look, that was like, even though I came second, for me that was a perfect race. It really was. I sat in, I let other people make the call about attacks. I didn't throw in any attacks. No, I don't think I did. And it just worked out for me. I've just done a video sort of explaining the race and tying all that footage in, so I'll put that up when I get a chance to chop it all together. It just worked in my favour. I mean, I came second. I'm totally stoked with that. It worked so well, and it was up against such a great group of guys as well. Yeah. Would I attack next time? No, because if I threw in an attack, I mean, that's how I race out in the road. I always usually throw in an attack and out sprint, the smaller group. But here, if you threw in an attack, especially with those hills coming up, I wouldn't have had that 650 to the line or 600 to the line for the last minute to get me anywhere near where I needed to be for Purificati up the road. So it all came to... that's why the video and the live feed, you got Vaughn and I hugging. I'm just like, I wanted to celebrate that. And yeah, second. So which course would I've preferred to be on? Look, I wasn't a fan of Richmond. I think it worked. I was proven wrong. The racing was brilliant. Any course, the racing's brilliant. So, someone just asking if they can ride in a t-shirt and sweatpants. Sure, but just watch the chafing with the pants. That's why we use chamois cream and decent chamois. But look, on the course, I would have loved 3 laps of Watopia Classic. I love that. Well, give us 10 laps of Jarvis, but that's not going to happen. 3 laps of Watopia. We did that the other day in a training race, and it was really, really good. But it's a downhill sprint. So if you get the heavier guys hanging on, they'll smoke everyone in that downhill sprint. So, yeah. Just going through the other questions here that are coming through. Did I know that I came second? Yeah, it was kind of like, if you've ever raced out in the road and thrown for the line, you kind of know. I thought it was blurry. I was just head down. You know what it's about. I thought I came second, but you never know, because at the end of the day, you could just pip your wheel in front. But the guys had 3 camera angles from all the stations. They had some still shots people put up, so it was absolutely legit. Justin, yeah, right in front. I love it though. It's kind of weird. Usually as a competitor, it's like, shit, I failed, but I'm stoked. Absolutely stoked. You can tell. And buffet. And this place. I've got some footage of inside here as well. You guys have got to check it out. It's if we're going to hold a Zwift event for Tour de France this year in Melbourne, this is the kind of place we need to do it. That's super cool. Are there any highlights, Luke? I'm not sure if the highlights package is up yet, because Frank had a lot of people around filming things from different angles, so they'll chop in not just the race footage, but like everything. The full thing's up on Twitch, and I believe there's the men's and women's race up on YouTube as well, so they can be searched for. Will I be going to London when it happens? Man, I hope so. Hang on, let me get comfortable, because we'll be here for a while. I hope so. But who knows how the cards would fall for that. If it's a different course, different riders. And look, to be honest, my power's not where it was in the past. My race tactics obviously were though, and it worked, so that's what I'm happy with. The sandbagger, yeah. I expected that. But look, no one's more surprised than me for the result. But again, I don't want to talk about the result. I came second. It's on YouTube as well now, Zwift Community Lives. Cool, yeah. Am I going to the Tour de France this summer? No, it's not on the cards. Winter's coming for Melbourne. Zach's done his research. Good stuff, Zach. Yeah, that's probably my elite result. I'm hanging my hat on that one. The 10th in the elite national TT. I was pretty happy with that over such a distance. And that's a long sustain. It was 47 minutes, I think. That was 3:56. It wasn't a lot of power for me at that time. The weight, I was quite, probably 69 kilos then. But everything worked on that day as well. We had a great ride. I think I've got that up on YouTube. I'm not quite sure, but Vaughn was in the follow car. Did I beat Jackie Bobby? And he came 18th. He had a bad day. You can't beat pros by 8 places like that unless they have an absolute shocker. But I think he had a good road ride after that. So, pro cycling stats. I think I have 1 result in pro cycling stats. Does this one go up there as well? I hope this one goes. Is it going to add mountain bike trail or cyclocross track? I hope so. I really hope so. because that'll just expand out the options they can do. You saw the road race here, but what we did with road racing, you can do that with mountain and road, cross, anything, if they actually just expand the platform out. But it's about what the company allows you to do, because you're limited by the platform you're on. You're limited by the reality that's been created for you, including this one here in Vegas with just choppers going over and everything. It's nuts. So I get to ride outside around the burbs of Vegas. We did Red Rock. I did it twice, almost 3 times, but we ran out of time. But Red Rock twice. I've got a video I'm going to put together on that. I was riding around with this, sticking it in Vaughn's butt, and not in her butt, you know what I mean, behind Vaughn, and in our face and all that. So I've just done a little bit of intro and talk. I'm just going to chop that all together. Prize money, 0. And I'm okay with that. The experience, $1 million. I hope I've got a layover of 11 hours in LA tomorrow, and then a 15-hour flight. So hopefully I can get that footage just chopped up. Will e-racing take off? I don't know. It needs to be verified, certified. That's why we're here with weights, why we're here with scales, measuring our heights, and the setup was quite extensive to actually get the thing set up and running. So will it take off? It has potential for sure, but hopefully. So I'm just going to see if I can load up my the questions coming up here. $1 million would be a good experience. Yep. Do I think Zwift Aussies will select you for the next race? Probably not. Did anyone struggle with the time zone difference and jet lag? I'm not sure. A lot of people, I guess it was definitely an influence there. For us, it was early morning, and for some it was late at night. Height without shoes. So I'm not sure. We had a few days to prepare though, and it was only 45 minutes. The venue looked pretty quiet. Yeah, look, the webcams, the way that I won't sort of try and defend, there was not a lot of people in the stands. That wasn't what it was all about. The webcams actually hid because everyone was standing in the hallway right beside you. There's probably a few different angles. You can see a few people there in the stands, but yeah, did anyone have to increase their weight? Yeah, I did. I raced at 72. I got over here and I'm 74. What's with that? But hey, I had to wear it, 74, and hit the buffet too hard. The data isn't on Zwift Power. Yeah, all mine's up on Strava though, so all my power and data is up on Strava. What's next, Social Spinner? No idea, mate. I don't know. There's a time trial back home. It's the Vets TT Champs, the one I was training for. It's on Sunday. I arrive home on Thursday. I'm not going to make it. I've had enough fun over here, and I think the training I've done recently for that TT event, we'll just bank it for here. That's fine. But just go out and enjoy the ride for a bit. It was, pretty big lead up. Question, what's the favourite engine I have? I'm not sure about that one. Shall I be touring the world as a CVR Zwift racer? Yeah, that'll kind of be cool. It worked this time because it was one of the first events. I'm not pro tour power. There's guys out there and girls out there putting out tons more power. But it was good, I guess, for all the followers and for everyone watching coming along. And the support showed that as well in the chat. So Fred Gussie, who was running the show, just said to me before the chat, they were going crazy for the Lama. I'm like, sweet, I'm glad I could deliver half a result. But there'll be other people coming along just smashing that. But it depends. Is it a show or is it a performance? Is it a sport? I mean, we worked our asses off. There was no collusion. There's nothing. It was fully legit sport. You know, what's the entertainment factor? If you pull along someone with more power who's not going to be on social, is that worth it? Don't know. The heart rates were there. You could see heart rate monitors all on. We had those with cadence sensors. Everything was fully legit. So, yeah, it's pretty scary stuff. Quite stressful jumping on the scales as well, given that, I was 74. I'm like, anyway, seemed to work. A Zwift Indy Pack next year. Look, we need steering in Zwift first, or it'll be just Indy Pack straight into a wall. We need steering. We need something. We need crosswinds and steering. Well, one thing we've encountered here out the road is the crosswinds. Man, they are brutal, absolutely brutal. They said they were 50-mile-an-hour gusts, 80 k's, 70 k's an hour gusts. Oh, camera battery's going low, people. So if I cut out, I'm sorry, but I thought I'd just sit here and have a bit of a chat just before I go out for some lunch. Give these guys a bit of a plug. It was a cool experience. And we only saw sort of one of the domains these guys have, or one of the stages and things. So if the video cuts out at any time, I'll be up with some edited footage in a couple of days or so when I've had time to edit it and upload it. But really appreciate all the support. So any questions, quick, jump in nice and quick. Apologies if I haven't seen your question fly past. I might jump on Instagram live later, but definitely check out my Instagram. It's been easier for us to put up stuff on Instagram than it is for here. Here you have to really set shots up and everything. So GPLama on Instagram. It's quite a few things. How could you get steering working in Zwift? I don't know, but I'd love to solve it. I'd love to have it there. They can solve it anyway. Accelerometers in phones, plates on the bike, strain gauges for some way. I'm not sure. It's not that hard. We've solved steering outdoors. I'm sure we can solve it indoors. Yeah, I really thought I was making up the numbers. I really did. And that's why I thought, okay, I'm being pulled over here for the social following and stuff that I have. But to be able to do that in racing, it was funny. Someone said, geez, I didn't know you were such a beast. Because, again, a lot of people won't know me from my racing background. They'll only know it for me talking on here and never blinking and talking too fast. Not too shabby form predictions yet. Zach Rogers predicted me last. Thanks. The goal was not to be last. And Vaughn getting 5th in the women's race was awesome. She did so well. And that actually put me into a more relaxed state. It's like, well, we've come this far, both of us. And Vaughn got 5th. Hey, that's really cool. She put on a good show. Everyone was rooting for Vaughn. It was just a great experience for her. I'm like, great. I'm chilled now. Whatever happens for me, whatever happens. But I had goosebumps on the line, like after we finished. But hats off to Justin for a ride though, and that finish line shot, brilliant, just brilliant. Absolutely loved it. Vaughn's already gone home though, so I'm here in Vegas for another day, and then I fly out. So I'm trying to get tons of footage today. That's why I'm sitting here. What was Nathan's reaction to your second place? I think their reaction for me still being in the group was pretty funny. They're like, he's still there, and I was getting dagged. You know, some of the times on top of those steep hills, I was getting dagged and just TTing back on. You know, only a few seconds, but getting back on. And then when I attacked, I think they just lost it. But I've done that a few times out in the road as well, so I knew you can't. I think the comment is, or the quote is, and my phone will probably go flat right now as I say this: you don't rise to the level of your expectations, you fall to the level of your training. I love that quote. So I take from that, you'll never be able to do on race day what you haven't done training. You can't pull a cat out of a bag, rabbit out of a hat. You've got to do it in training first. And I might even do a video or so on the training I've done leading up to this. I've got a few sessions and a few workouts I could put in Zwift for people to do, or trainer road, whatever they want to use, that worked for me. And I think the way the race unfolded was the kind of training that I was doing. So again, I wasn't a superstar and off the front and smashing everyone at 6 watts a kilo. It came down to using the efforts and things that I'd done in training, and I'd done exactly those efforts. The 4-minute effort that I was doing, those back-to-back was good TT, good threshold work. There's a lot of real just hurting in the short stuff. So the 30-second punch over the hills and 90-second punch over the hills. But I've got a few ideas and some videos we can do on that to show people how they can get the best out of themselves. It's not going to be how you can win an A-grade race, but it's how you can always do a PB or suffer through that. And the more you suffer, the more you can suffer. So that's what the last few weeks has been about in training. So I'll just get a few more questions here. Now, this camera will go blank at any moment, so I do appreciate everyone watching, and we'll have a few more videos up in a few days. Did I manage to get any of the Maven shirts? I didn't get in. I've been shopping for clothes today, and I can't find anything that fits, because all the discount outlets are smalls, mediums, and larges, and the smalls are out here, unfortunately. So I did get some Nike Air. I'm really happy with my new shoes. So I've been doing a bit of walking. The training videos, I'll have fun making those as well. But it's about, where do I put them? Do I put footage there? Do I show them? I don't know. But I've got it all written down here. So I'll have a think about it on the plane. Did Maven save you a shirt? I'm not sure. I actually FaceTimed Mave halfway through that because I thought he was on his Mac and I thought he could FaceTime me with his phone and we could hold it up and have a chat. He was YouTubing on his phone and the FaceTime cut the YouTube out. So I do apologise to anybody watching Maven's live stream yesterday. I caused it to cut out. But then I called him back after the live stream, had a chat, and him and Hannah doing really well. So good to see those two smiling. And that shirt's pretty cool. Hang on, I'm just going to flip back through a couple of the questions here. Anything left in the tank at the end? No, that's all I had. Have a look at my Strava file. I'll link it below after this is uploaded and done all its thing. That minute at about 600 watts at the end of that race, that's all I got in the tank. But it's what I was training for, like to be able to hang on over those hills and what I was expecting. So, hello from Maryland. Hello from Vegas. But yeah, I just saw Frank. I just happened to pass Frank Garcia here in the hallway before. There's no one else around, but Frank comes in and grabs the last box. Had a bit of a debrief about the event, and again, his smile is out here. So it was really cool. Given Frank's investment in this is quite big as well. So, thoughts on Di2 worth the extra money? No, I've used Di2 a few times. Nah. If you've got $1 million, you win $1 million in the poker tables. Yeah, go get Di2 or ETAP. For me, mechanical Durace, Ultegra, just fine. Hello from Australia, all the way down to Australia. That's that little country, isn't it? Are you from Melbourne? Do you think some people got an advantage over normal using a kicker over a Neo? In the race or 10% battery, we're still going to die very shortly. I'll keep trying to go though. Look, no. We're all on the same Neo, on the same kickers, and it was all calibrated, so it's about watts. You had to put out the watts. So no matter even where your slider is, I think Scotty's slider was probably low, or they were saying something about that, but you've got to put the watts out. Simple as that. It's